So with the laid paper, with the laid paper, I love it. It's nice. You create this little sharp, this little texture, a regular texture. But if you want to smooth it, you want to achieve a super slick effect, you might want to use a laid paper with limited texture, not too pronounced, and also you want to use the blending stamp to push, like in this case here. See, we lost in this case here. We lost the ribbing of the laid paper, right? And then you need the stamp to blend both the charcoal and the chalk, right? So now I'm extending. So I'm extending. Let me see if I can get it a little bit large. I'm extending the tonal scale here, very finely, right? To try to eliminate those little lines. And now we're going to go to a very light spot there. See that? Now this is filling up. This is filling up all the area of the paper completely, making it completely opaque, and that takes away the bluish glow underneath, and fills it up more, and that increases the sense of depth. But in some areas, you want to have that soft, softer, not so sharp area that are a little bit still showing a glow from the blue of the paper. Well, we could really get in higher detail, you know. Now we push it more and more, right? We push it more and more, and extend the tonal scale as much as possible.
I'm covered with charcoal.
I'm sorry, Carol?
I said somehow or another, the last time I sharpened my pencil, I got covered with charcoal. Using sandpaper.
But if you use sandpaper, that's fine. Then later, what you do, you take a piece of paper and then wipe it like that, and that's gonna be okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I can also go with a crossed mark, right? Like that. This is simply to saturate the paper more.
Wait, I can't.
See that?
I can't see what you're doing.
So,
right now.
I'm going first. I went when the marker was going this way, right? Sorry, the marker was going this way, right?
I gotta move my little pictures.
And then I started going with the mark this way, simply because it fills up the space in between better. And then maybe change the angle like this again, right? It kind of saturates the paper more efficiently.
Okay.
Right. That charcoal. See, there's a loss of tonal scale here because the photograph burned some detail, right? It was too bright and burned some detail, so I lost the detail. But there is still a little bit of visible, just barely, a little bit of fantasy, the tonal difference, right? So probably I need to push it. This shoulder should come out forward a little bit more, or maybe no, it should come out forward a little bit more. See that shoulder here now? With the light, look at the light, you see how this form kind of, in this case, this kind of protrudes more. See that compared to mine, which is straighter. All right, we can do something with that. I'm just gonna take this off, right? Make this protrude a little bit more. And get the white here. And maybe darken this a little bit more to make it less prominent tonally. And we push this beautiful dark value here. I need to also to show the chin right here. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. We're gonna lighten this up. Now I want to finish the shoulder, sorry. I just keep roaming back and forth. But the roaming from one area to the next, actually, it's some, you know, if you do it with a certain method, is what you want to do. Meaning, you want to keep the thing growing tonally, coherently, various parts growing together. So. So this is really white, right, against that darker background. The background is not as now it's getting too dark, right? This background is getting too dark, so I need to lift to make it lighter, a little bit lighter. But this one now needs to be pushed more, right? See that? See
that color that you just put the white on, it's next just to the paper color, right?
This one here is the value of the paper. Now I darken that, leaving painting around, drawing around it. So now you see how as I make this lighter and lighter, what happened is that start getting darker and darker. See that? So I might need to lighten this a little bit, right? Because this gets, I push it dark. So that's why I'm saying you're gonna keep checking, mixing colors, values all around, right? I mean, constantly in various areas, because as you develop one area, the adjacent area might need to be also reviewed, right? Because the tonal contiguities, right, really affect the value, how you perceive the value. And this one is not that dark, see that is not that dark in there, so I need to kind of get rid of that. In fact, it's light, right? That's too dark, see that this is too dark now, right? So I need to lighten it up, bringing down the white a little bit, staying clear of the closing doors. Remember the subway in New York? Stand clear of the closing door. Standing clear of the black. I don't want to put the white on the black, right? But here it needs to be softened even more, like that, right? Just barely visible, right? So just barely perceivable. See a little bit of the texture, right? A little bit of the texture of the paper. You see that little dots, and that's fine. I mean, that's the way it is, right? So overall, this needs to be lightened up. See that? Overall, this needs to be lightened up a little bit. The head needs to be lightened up. But I think we achieved a decent tonal extension.